niggas talking about? What is you niggas talking about? Come on in the chat room. Come on. I got a great mustache right here. God damn. Every time I look up, I got like a new gray hair. Crossing 40's a bitch. What's up, Evan? I'm looking for a text message service so I can send out text messages when I'm going live, because it sounds like sending out notifications to a lot of people. What up, Rasta? Mickey Monday. What's up, Quan? Brother Galen Ford. I ain't ever did a daytime Q&A. Usually my Q&As are late at night. And I still might do a Q&A tonight. I ain't going to be on here long right now. But I still might do a Q&A later on tonight. You say you're 44? That's right. 44 is an important year. 44 is a big number. It adds up to 8. 8 is a number of wealth and transformation. Oh, you love that latest instance in the ashtrays? That's what's up. What's up, Chief Water? I don't talk about cryptocurrency. You motherfuckers are scammers, people that talk about it. Every time you see a cryptocurrency person in your inbox, block that motherfucker. They trying to hack your shit. Whether or not I own cryptos is relevant. I'm not a financial. Like for me, I try to stay in my lane. Yes, I know a little bit about investment. You know, I've been very aware. I started trading in the stock market when I was 14, but I am not an expert in money, so I don't talk about that shit. That's what Boyce Watkins is for. Well, that's what Boyce Watkins used to be for. Now that nigga want to be a gossip columnist, but Boyce Watkins pre new teeth, he was about that money. That's who you got to talk to about that. You got to go back to all pre new teeth Boyce Watkins. Get that money information. I don't talk about money. Congrats, Evan, graduating college. That's what's up, man. Celtics and Heat's gonna be a good series. I don't know who's gonna win, but I don't talk about money. I just read on money and watch CNBC, read the Bloomberg and the Wall Street, and follow my instincts and put my money wherever it's supposed to be. I don't talk about that because I don't study. That's not my field of study. And I don't do real estate anymore like I used to either. Like I did real estate heavy from 2000 to 2010. Now I just have a few apartment buildings, but I don't be into it like that. 2010 is when I really got out of the loan business for good. So like my knowledge on loans, like, as far as being up to date on that stuff, 12 years old. I mean, the shit that I knew back then, most of that shit, irrelevant today. So, Star, only thing I know is when you purchase a property, you go for your refinance, look at your loan to value. If you got a house or some property, like if your LTV, loan to value, if it's below 80%, you should have a really good rate. If it's below 60%, you should have a better rate. Nigga, keep your debt to income ratio below 34% for the best rates when it comes to loans. And yeah, that's my advice. I know some stuff about the loans, but like I said, I don't know enough. And I'm not current on that information. So if I don't, I stay in my wheelhouse: music, history, current events, a few other things. But relationships, communication, that's like my wheelhouse. Finances, go look up any Boyce Watkins video before he got his new teeth. He said, "Yeah, that's why. I know I can't say it no more, man. That's why I said pre-teeth." He said, "New face, new me. New teeth, new me." I said, "Go back and look up all the videos back when he still had crocodile teeth." Boyce is dropping some good ass information on finances then. Nowadays, he's want to talk about other people and clickbait and shit. How my mic sound? What's up, Frank White? Man, graduating college was one of the angriest days of my life. What's up, Cold Crush? I'm like looking back, I'm glad I graduated college. But the day of my graduation, I was mad as hell. I was sitting there, I was in Cal State North in the valley in June. If you know LA and you know about the San Fernando Valley, San Fernando Valley gets hotter than Vegas sometimes. Like if it's 85 degrees in LA with a breeze, it's 105 out there in the valley with no breeze. All right? So it was over 100 degrees today, and I'm sitting there in a fucking red ass cap and gown. And the whole time I'm thinking while I'm out there baking in the fucking sun. Hey, if y'all want to know what happened when Brandon hit Brandon up, man, I gotta say that shit. Brandon been doing his own thing for over a year, man. If you want to know what happened to Brandon, you know Brandon's, Brandon's handle. Hit him up. I don't speak for other men. All right, I speak for Dwan. Me. I don't like giving other people's information out. If he wants to tell you why he left, if he wants it to be known why he left the show, he'll tell you. It ain't on me. All right, fellas, do better. Now, what was I talking about before I was rudely interrupted? Oh yeah, when I graduated college, I'm sitting there thinking like, man, this is like 2005 when all that money was being made in the mortgage industry. I was like, man, if I worked full time, I could have made so much fucking money. But they had me sitting here in college, and I feel like I don't feel no smarter today than I did yesterday, last year, the year before that, or in the fifth grade. I was like, I've been hoodwinked. I was mad as fuck that. I was mad as fuck when I graduated college that day. It took me a few, and then it took me a few years to be like, okay, all right, I think I did the right thing. But right away, my first 5 years after graduating college, my degree was inside of like the little binder that they give you. It was inside that binder under my incense tray, collecting incense dust for like 5 years. That's what my college degree was. I sat my incense tray on the college degree binder. Quan said chatty patties. If you're trying to learn how to communicate, no, therapy ain't gonna help you out. That's what I do. That's my profession. Breakthroughas.org. Set up a consultation. And I have a new book coming out too. I just I just hit like I read my book. I'm just not satisfied with it. I know I told y'all I had that book out this month, but honestly, I'm not satisfied with it. Like I'm reading it and it's like it's still a little bit too cheesy, a little bit too bland. I gotta I gotta get it sharper. I gotta get a little more snappy. So I think I'm gonna hire an editor to help me out with this book because the book ain't quite what I want it to be. That's right, smoke splitter. Trade school's the shit. That's what you do. But my book ain't quite what I want it to be yet. So, but that book is gonna help you all out when it comes to communication. Therapists can give you therapy advice, but they can't teach you how to communicate. That's the shit I do. But if you want consultations, hit up my website, breakthroughas.org, and set up a consultation. I'll help you out with that. Melanin, that's funny. What's up, Bud B? You right, 713. You really don't need college these days. Like, you need college if what you want to do requires college. You want to be a computer engineer, go to college. You want to be any kind of engineer, go to college. You want to be any kind of medical professional, doctor or whatever, go to college. You want to be a lawyer, go to college. You want to be a math data scientist, go to college. You want to be a data scientist, go to college. You want to be a scientist, go to college. Outside of that, if you don't know what you want to do in life or you're unsure, you don't need no fucking college. Or at least this is what I recommend to people that are like getting out of high school. You know what you want to do. Go to junior college. That shit pretty cheap. At least it is here in California. And then figure it out. You can take trades at I recommend junior colleges because you could either take trades in junior colleges or you can take college. Like you can sort of take both in junior college. And you take a junior college trade, you may like one of the trades in junior college. I mean, and then that'll be something that you go on and become a professional in there. Because my degree, I discovered my degree in junior college. I was in Santa Monica for like 4 years. I was in there for Santa Monica College for 3 years when I finally figured out what I wanted to do. What up, boy? Shit over here on the live.
Oh, you want live?
Yeah.
Talking to the people.
Talking to the people.
Dropping knowledge.
That's right. All right, Teddy. All right, Teddy. Yeah. That nigga right there is funny as hell. Yeah. But yeah, Bassy. That's my nigga right there. Yeah, I love Teddy's voice too. He said, "You on that live? Dropping knowledge." I love the way that nigga talk. Oh man. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, like how I ended up getting my major. I went into college thinking I wanted to major in business management, which, by the way, people, is a useless degree. But I took a few business management classes, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. Then I thought I wanted to be. Then I wanted to be a. And I was looking, okay, maybe I'll be a film major. I took a film class. I was like, nah, that ain't it either. And then, and Teddy Ray, my dog. He was like, yeah, Teddy, you be, I'm talking to him. You be dropping that knowledge, man. That's right. That's right. Niggas is cold. But anyway, my third year in junior college. I already got enough units to transfer on to a 4-year college. I'm already at, I got 60 units, and that was enough to go to the transfer. What's up, Erica Kane? But I wasn't. I didn't. I was like, man, I done took all these goddamn. I took few anthropology classes, and I was like, I like anthro, but I don't know what I want to do in 4 years. So my first class, my third year in junior college, my junior college was be 2 years old, 2 years long. But I like learning shit anyway, so I didn't give a fuck. I took a speech class. No, that's what it was. No, I took that speech class my second semester of my second year to just to get my 60 units so I could transfer. But when I took that speech debate class, I said, oh shit, I think this is it. I think this is it. So I went back to junior college instead of going to 4-year college because it's cheaper to get your credits. I saw, okay, I need at least 12 units in this speech category to transfer, and I can to transfer and get that major when I go to the when I go. So I'm like, all right, cool. I took speech therapy, I took rhetoric, and I took intercultural communication. Got them units. Ended up being in junior college for 4 years. 4 years in 2 years school. Oh, nigga, 2 years school. But I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Got to CSUN, 4-year school, graduated in 2 years from there. So it took me six and a half years to get a 4-year degree. Partially because I partied a lot in college. And I hung out a lot. I was busy as shit in college. College, I worked at the bank, Washington Mutual Bank. For those of you who lived on the West Coast, you know what I'm talking about. Washington Mutual Bank in Inglewood. Worked there for 5 years, did loans, and nigga worked over the vault. Went to college. I played the drums in a band with some cats I met in college, and also played the drums at church. And I used to hoop 5 days a week, and I used to party 7 nights a week. Didn't get home. College, I didn't get home till about 3 in the morning every night of the week. Hell yeah, WAMU owes those reparations. I used to get home every night about 3 in the morning in college and wake up at 7 to be at school by 8. Did that shit for 6 years. That's why it took 6 years. Because sometimes I'd be like, man, fuck this class. Drop. I needs to party. I didn't adjust my party schedule. I adjusted my school schedule around my party schedule and my work schedule. But I paid my way through college cash, though. No, none of them. But if you ain't got no particular thing that you want to do, don't go to no fucking college. Get a trade, drive a truck, learn HVAC. Or if you want to do some technical stuff, cybersecurity, Google, Microsoft, they're not even requiring college degrees anymore. The government in those tech fields, app development, cybersecurity, all that shit, all you need is a certification. And you get them certifications in a year online or 6 months online. You get that shit right away. You ain't got to wait a long time. Yep. Independent claims adjusters. Yep. They always going to need claims adjusters. Because these insurance companies are always going to be looking for ways to not pay out. They're not going to let no robot. They're not going to depend on a robot for that. They're going to need some humans to look all up under your shit. I think independent claims adjuster is here to stay. There ain't going to be no goddamn robots doing that. The robots can't do all that extra shit. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. CDL, yep, all that shit. So many ways to make money. My formula, and this is in my first book I wrote, No Time to Waste. Here's my recommendation. You find your gifts within you. Can't nobody tell you what to do. You know where your talents are. You just don't look close enough. Most of the time, your talents are right here. They're like right there on your nose, and you looking down, but you can't see it. You like, where's that? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? But it's right there. And in my book, No Time to Waste, thank you, Star, for posting that. I write about that. The steps I took for finding my gifts, and the steps I've used to help other people find their gift. Your gift's already inside of you. You don't want to be driving trucks if your gift can have you, flourishing, sitting on a computer. You don't want to be sitting on a computer bored if your gifts have you doing uh, something else. You don't want to follow what other people, you don't want to follow the trends and follow what other people do. You look and see where the money is. If you don't know where your gifts are, then you look and see where the money is. But the best step is to find out where your gifts are and do something in that lane. Because then you don't feel like you're working. You're just having fun all day. I have fun all day. I get to work with people. And I have consultations all the time about relationships. I love talking about relationships, helping people solve their problems. I have clients I see every day. To me, that's easy. You know what I mean? Because I like seeing relationships get better. I come online, talk shit, make people laugh, and make people think. That's easy. I was doing that shit on when I was at work. I probably spent as much time on Facebook as I do at Craig Facts and I do here while I'm on the clock. Doing the same thing on Facebook. 4 hours of my workday on Facebook. Yeah, that's right, Mark Miles. If you don't know what you do, if you don't know where your gifts are, then yeah, go where the money is now. But if you're not in alignment with what your gifts are, with what your purpose is, you're just going to get burnt out. That's what burnout is. And you can go job to job to job, and you don't want to. Thing is, you don't want to be miserable in life. You don't. Life is supposed to be fun. Life's supposed to be happy. Now you put in certain sacrifices, and you know, in the immediate for a better long term future. That's part of life. You know what I mean? You got to know when to sit down and be disciplined to get to where you got to be at. But the whole point is when you got to sit down and be disciplined to get to where you want to be. That's temporary. You want to always party. As I look at it, you want to always party. You want fun to be an essential part of life. You dig? Man, just the other day, me and the wife just got in the car and just drove. I had some shit to do with my work. I'm like, man, fuck this work. Man, we drove to San Diego. Just kicked it. We didn't even have shit to do in San Diego. But that shit was fun. You better have fun have fun often. Short ass life. You go around working all God. This is a lesson my dad taught me. What's up, Eduardo? I'm gonna give y'all some game my dad gave me when I was a kid. My dad talked about the two old men. One of them was blind, and then when he got old, well, both of them got sick when they got old. One got blind, and one ended up passing away when they got to be about 70, 72, somewhere around there. Well, they both bought, what do you call those things? Not buses. What do you call those things? Campers. They both bought campers the same year, right? One of them chose to finance his and pay it off in 10 years, 5 years. The other chose to pay it off in 10 years, keep a little space. One decided, the same one that chose to pay it off in 5 years, decided to work overtime as many weekends as he could just to pay the camera off. The other decided, I ain't gonna work all that overtime. I'm gonna live my life. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Well, when they both reached retirement age, one went blind and the other died. Or he got sick before he died, but he couldn't go anywhere. The one that got sick and couldn't go anywhere in his camper is the one that paid his camper off first, and the one that worked overtime. And the person that decided to take his time and live his life got to see the whole world. Not the whole world, but the whole country in that camper. And when he went blind, he still kept with him the memories of all those trips that he went on. What's the whole point of that story right there? The whole point of that story is your life is now. Your life is in the present. You want to walk that line between planning for the future and living in the present. Because if you only plan for the future, who knows if the future comes? Who knows if you'll be able to enjoy that? Sometimes it's not you. Sometimes a family member gets sick. And now you got to spend every weekend and every day after work, helping that family member that's sick or injured or something like that, and you never got to see the world. Balance your work with your fun. Balance your work with your fun. You work hard, play hard, and don't let nobody guilt you into that shit. Everybody got their own thing. Everybody got their own vice. Whatever your vice is, just make sure you're in control of it and it don't control you. Some people just want to go to Vegas and come home. That's their level of fun. But if they do it, some people want to go to Egypt and South America and Australia. Whatever it is you want to do, do it. Whatever your drug of choice is, just make sure you have control of it. Some people's drug of choice is sugar. Some people's drug of choice is weed. Some people's drug of choice is gossip. Some people's drug of choice is whatever it is. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you control it and make sure you live your life for you and only you. Fuck everybody else. These Apple headphones are the shit. I love them. That's the mic I'm talking to. I love these Apple headphones. A little pricey, but they worth it. Again, that's living. I make the goddamn money, so yeah, I spent $600 on these fake headphones. Yep. Now don't apologize for it. Live your fucking life. What's up, T Clay? What's up, B Amos? You right, 07, like the book The Alchemist. Yep. Yeah, they pricey as hell, but I fly them. When I fly, I had a baby on the plane next to me last time I flew, and I didn't hear that little motherfucker the whole flight. And my sound was just beautiful, especially the Apple surround sound. Ooh, I'm an audiophile though. I love sound. But live your fucking life. Don't be going around lowering yourself and delaying gratification. So for some goal that you may not ever reach, or once you reach there, you don't know where your life is gonna be. Man, Beats headphones is trash. Beats headphones are trash. Beats are this. You better off getting yourself some $38 headphones from Best Buy before you buy some Beats. Yeah, man, you bet this earth, man. Me and my wife have spent the last really 5 years specifically, really during that coronavirus, just going through California. California is such a beautiful state. You got snow, you got beaches, you got mountains, you got deserts, you got farmland. You got it all here in this state. Man, Beats was trash when Dre was there. Beats were some shitty headphones that they marketed as premium. Man, you better off getting yourself a pair of $49 Sonys. $49 pair of Sonys or Panasonics is better than Beats. And that was when Dre was there. I know because I made the mistake of buying some fucking Beats. You're right, the Sequoias, Yosemite, Lake Tahoe, Mount Shasta. Shit, me and my wife spent that whole coronavirus every 2 months. We in Moonstone Beach. That's up there near Hearst Castle. William Randolph Hearst joint. 2 months later, we up in Hillsburg. That's about an hour north of San Francisco. You know what I found out when I was up there in Hillsburg? We were up there in Gruenville, California, and that's right by the Corbel Winery. If you see Corbel Wine, they have a factory. They had their winery is up there near Gruenville, California. I was walking off into the forest back there, and it felt a little weird, but it was still cool. But it felt weird, nigga. I found out just last week that's where the fucking Bohemian Grove is. You know that shit Alex Jones was talking about when that little Bohemian Grove ceremony I remember Alex Jones talking about that shit a long time ago, back when I used to listen to that racist motherfucker. And I did my own research on it, and I'm like, they really do have a Bohemian. They're open about the whole Bohemian Grove ceremony. But I didn't know that motherfucker was like a 20-minute walk from my hotel. And I was walking all back there. I did not know that's what the Bohemian Grove was. I just was walking. Man, you better have fun in this fucking life. Shit. We got our Hollywood Bowl summer. Me and the wife got our Hollywood Bowl summer seats on lock. Nigga, almost every Wednesday I'm be at that bowl. Be back in Seattle this weekend. And I live my fucking life. And I still prepare for the future. You can do both. Yeah. But man, them Sequoias are the shit, man. I remember this one day, me and my wife, this back when me and her was dating. See niggas, you can do shit if you creative. You ain't gotta have a whole lot of money. And don't listen to these relationship gurus that tell you you gotta have $1 million to get a quality woman. No, the fuck you don't. You gotta be someone who said you gotta have integrity. You gotta have love in your heart for yourself. You gotta be a man of your word, and that attracts women. And women can see through your shit. All right, and a good woman can see where you're going. I had no fucking money when I got with my wife, man. I did before I got with her. I was making some good money. But by the time me and her like got together, man, I had done lost the house. I was still driving around in a $70,000 car. That was a relic of times past. Like, when I bought that Audi A6, shit, that paid me well. It was nothing. 2 years after I had the Audi A6, that shit was kicking my ass. I was broke. I got sued. I had a over $2 million judgment against me. Nigga, I was living at home with my mama and my daddy in my late 20s. Nigga. So don't let these niggas go around telling you you gotta have all this shit. No. You gotta be, it's about who you are on the inside. That's right, Mr. King, to get a quality money, woman, you gotta be a quality man. You gotta be a quality man. Like attracts like. I be hearing some of these people talk. I listened to this one relationship roundtable. It was about a year and a half ago. It was like about 3 or 4 men on a table, and they basically were like asking, "How can you attract a woman when you ain't shit?" And I'm like, "Nigga, if you want to attract a quality woman, then stop being ain't shit. That's simple." Hell yeah, I was paying the field, but when it came down to when I saw my wife when she became available, and I decided to make my move, the first thing I did, I let go my bullshit. You come at her honest, people, and you say what you mean what you say. With those qualities, you'll never lose. And a woman with any sense knows that this motherfucker got the qualities of somebody that they may not be where I want them to be now, but they got the qualities of being someone who's always going to be there. And then your job as a man is to then use that and build and continue to build, and she'll be there with you. No, not paying. Paying is for suckers. Only suckers pay for women. Ain't man telling you to pay for something. Now, if you got a lot of money and you doing some shady shit, then yeah, go ahead and pay all day. I ain't talking about people out there doing some single shit. But if you over here, if you serious, nah, I don't do shady shit. So if you ain't doing shady shit, if you got good intentions about the women you deal with, you ain't gotta pay for shit. Women see through you. Well, the kind of woman you want can see through you. Unsubscribe then, bitch. Back to what we talking about. So we when it comes to that, when it comes to that, you ain't gotta pay for none of that. But you gotta be a man of your word. You ain't gotta have all this extra shit, because if having money and having means was all it took to get a quality woman, every man with money and means would have a quality woman. You see men with money and means getting divorced every fucking day. Goddamn Bill Gates got divorced. Jeff Bezos got divorced. You know, everybody, you know, it's more than that. What's up, Bobby Robinson? It's more than that. So, you know what I mean? It's about your character, fellas and ladies. It's about your character. And if you're not attracting the people with the character you want, that means it's something in you have to fix. It's nothing to judge yourself over. You don't beat yourself over it. Yeah, there was a time in my life I was attracting low vibration women. But guess what? I was on a low vibration. When I changed my vibration, I attracted a higher quality of women. You dig what I'm saying? It's about you. Relationships are a mirror. Relationships are a mirror. Whatever you're getting from the women you're around is what you're putting out. So the solution is whatever you want, you have to be that first. Whatever you want, you have to be first. That's why I say courage. Like you see, I get tired of these niggas. I speak to niggas. Women. We need more women to step up and speak to the ladies. And I speak to the ladies sometimes, but for the most part, I speak to the men. You going around, and this for the ladies too. Look, hearts get broken, right? The point is to dust yourself out, to open that shit up back again. If you want everything life has to offer, you have to open your heart to life. You have to open your heart to get that in return. And you see all these niggas running around, man, I ain't doing this to this bitch, blah, 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 blah. And now, hell no, women is cold, man. You don't do this. You know what you're telling me? You're telling me you defeated. Everybody get their heart broken. Get over it, nigga. Open that shit back up. Or just be cool. Or keep your heart closed off and just understand that's what you're going to get in return and be cool with it. I know people who are cool with it. I know people who are closed off and they're like, you know what? I don't want it and I'm good. I respect that. I respect that. Some people just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. But they also don't spend all day complaining either. They also don't spend all day complaining. The true strength is opening your heart in spite of it being broken. True strength is doing things in spite of what's been done to you. That's strength. That's strength. Because getting your heart broken is a bitch. That shit hurts. Heartbreak hurt like a motherfucker. But for you to be able to bounce back from that and open it up again, you're a strong motherfucker. My public speaking and communication classes are going to be going up on my Patreon pretty soon. Sign up for that. I'll help you out with that. That's nothing I can tell you right here in the live. That's actually steps. My Patreon is lined up for helping people with the steps. Here I can tell you what to do. Patreon, I can give you the steps on how to get it done. What's up, Swarty Nerd? Yeah, it's just about being constructive, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brandon Terry. That's what I'm about. I like constructive shit, man. I ain't got time for all that. If you're a heartbroken, bitter motherfucker, then that's fine. I just don't like. I had somebody in this chat room that was like that before. Just heartbroken and bitter. I'm like, all right, cool. Then it's a lot of heartbroken, bitter YouTube channels out there. It's a whole manosphere to niggas. That's where you go. That's what you. If you're in that manosphere, I hate women vibration. This just isn't the channel for you. I, you can wait till I put a news report up, then watch that video. But this isn't the heartbroken bitter nigga channel. This is a channel of being constructive and speaking to those who have an open heart and open mind. That's what this channel's for. Because you know what I'm doing, people? Your heartbroken bitter niggas. I'm creating the channel that I always wanted to see. That's what I do here. My channel is the channel I wanted to see. But instead of going to other people's comment section saying that they wrong for how they feel or they ain't saying what I want them to say, I created the channel that I wanted to see. And that's a channel that speaks to people who have an open heart and open mind. People who want to know a little bit more information. People who ask intelligent questions. People who see there's more to life than the mundane bullshit. I appreciate the bad seed. That's the channel. I wanted to see, and all the YouTube channels out there that reflect that. Those are the channels that I subscribe to and listen to. If they're talking about a whole bunch of gossip and bullshit, I don't listen to them anymore. And again, I used to listen to a lot of Boyce Watkins, 2016, 2015. A lot of uplifting, empowerment information, good money talk. But when he became a headline gossiper, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. But I never went to his channel and told him to stop doing that. So, okay, well, that's the energy vibration he's on right now. Then I'll just watch other channels. What's up, Black 704? That's real talk, Victor. I'm saying if you're 21 and over and you can't get cooperation from a chick, that is most definitely a personal problem, bro. When I started listening to Sonetta when I first got on YouTube, I'm always going to give Sonetta the credit for putting the right people in front of me. James Smalls, Kaba Kamene, when he used to be out there on 125th Street, Brother Rich. I found Brother Rich channel through his Black Magic 363. But no, I don't watch Sonetta no more. I don't care about them debates. Like when I first started getting into a lot of this information, them debates were cool. But I don't look. I know college. I do college level debate. I mean, debates are for when there's an issue on the table. Global warming or prison to school to prison pipeline. How to approach that? The purpose of debate is to find out who has the best ideas to solve a problem. That's what debate is for. Which one of you two have the best ideas to solve the problem? That's a debate. Arguing who knows more than who or whose religion is better than who, that's just nigga talk. Nigga babble. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it. Now I'm always gonna appreciate Sonetta, but I ain't got time for all them fucking debates. Oh, brother Jabari versus brother Zion Lex versus the Hotep Hebrew Israelite. That debate is gonna be fire. No, I ain't got time for it. But I do remember one time watching Sonetta. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. This shit was funny as hell. This nigga Sonetta he was interviewing brother James Smalls. You know what this nigga said? He was talking about Christians. This shit put me on the floor. Oh shit. This nigga Sonetta was like, he was what's up, Black Shark? This nigga Sonetta was like, you know what? Brother Smalls, what do you say to the people who don't like Jesus? What do you say to the people who walk around saying, you know what? Jesus Christ was a faggot. I was like, oh, did Sonetta just say Jesus Christ was a faggot? Nigga, that shit. I probably laughed for about 48 minutes. Then I paused from laughing for about 3 minutes. Then I started laughing again for like another 15, 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, this nigga, Sonetta, just said Jesus. Shit. I talk a lot of shit about Jesus in church, but I ain't never thought of call Jesus Christ no damn faggot. Come on, Sonetta, that shit. I was like, nah, this nigga. But again, like I said, I got love for Sonetta in this channel. I just debates and arguing. I don't argue. I don't argue. I don't argue. For me, you take it or leave it. I don't have to prove I'm smarter than somebody else. It's not. It doesn't even matter. Okay, say I am smarter than the next person. Okay, what do I get? Ego stroke? I'm past that. I'm past that in my life. I ain't got time for no ego strokes. I just want motherfuckers to get information. That's all I want. That's all I want. That maybe people will pick up on some of the information that I taught and they do something with it and it helps them improve the relationships in their lives. That's all I hope for. After that, I just want to smoke weed and talk shit. One thing about Brittany Griner still in Russia, she's a political prisoner. Brittany Griner is a political prisoner. She is a political prisoner. Well, you heard that neck crack? Let's see. I appreciate that, ZSB Lou. Yeah. When Sonetta get to arguing with them Hebrew Israelites, that shit be funny as hell. And then it just, I like, Sonetta's channel was just funny to me. Because it was through his channel, he was like, he started talking about some, yeah, you don't want to debate with the brothers from the Amin Ra squad. And I heard that shit. I started laughing my ass off. And I heard, it was probably like 2013, 14, when I first got on really started paying attention to YouTube. He was like something. I was like, hold on. Amin Ra squad? You mean to tell me it's a squad of niggas that just go around debating? Oh shit. It's a squad of niggas that just go around debating other niggas. Not interested. Same way I'm not interested in battle rap. Write a song, nigga. And Brother Polite, that nigga. I used to listen to a lot of Brother Polite. That motherfucker came to LA, started riding around in Floyd Mayweather's Bentleys and buying Versace. I remember when Polite came to LA. I remember seeing the change right away. And this is what happened. I'm not going to say Polite's a scammer. I'm not going to say that because he never scammed me. He never scammed anyone I know. So I don't know if he's a scammer or not because I don't know of anybody he scammed. So I'm not going to turn around and call him one because I don't know. I'm just going to say that I see through him. I'm going to say that. But if you're into what he do, then you into what he do. I'm not going to tell you not. I just remember when he moved to LA, he'd be dropping certain names and saying he's at certain places. And these are people that I know and places that I frequent. And I'm like, you bragging about some normal LA shit. I'm like, for him to be bragging about this little simple shit, me thinks he done lost his mind. And it may seem like big shit to people who ain't from LA, but if you're from LA, 90% of what he was doing is like mundane LA shit. It's just you doing it with a Bentley and some expensive clothes on. Okay, that doesn't impress us. So when I saw her saying all that, it just reminded me because being born and raised here and having one foot in Hollywood, one foot not, I see people come to LA all the time, man. That song, go listen to that song by Outkast on the Idlewild soundtrack. It's called Hollywood Divorce. Go listen to Hollywood Divorce by Outkast, Snoop, and Lil Wayne. It's on the Idlewild soundtrack. All stars have cars, success of course, but it ends in Hollywood divorce. Hollywood divorce. Hollywood divorce is what Polite's gonna be up against if he don't get real about himself. You don't go from dressing like a goddamn wrestler Hebrew Israelite with them goddamn concoctions he used to have on, them long ass wrestler gowns and Ultimate Warrior face paint, that shit he used to wear on his debate. You don't go from that to Versace and Gucci and riding around in Floyd Mayweather's Bentleys acting like they're yours. You don't do that unless you lost sense of self. It's the only way you do that. You lost sense of self. And I am not one to take information from someone who's not totally rooted, grounded in themselves. If the person is grounded in materialism, they're telling you right there that material items can buy them off. What's up, Jay Jimerson? Appreciate the cash app, Brennan Terry. If somebody is not grounded, if they're not rooted in themselves, if they're rooted in material things, that means they can be bought off by material things. It's that simple. Simple equation. If your value is in things and stuff and clothes and opinions, then if you're not grounded and rooted in reality, I mean the real reality, you're no one I can trust. Now, broke clock is right twice a day. You may say some things that are real. Matter of fact, for you to be that magnetic means you do say a lot of real shit. But it's wrapped in bullshit. And I don't want shit in the sandwich. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Rolls Royces. Guarantee you, I'm gonna get one day. There's nothing wrong with material things. If that's a vibration you on, that's vibration you on. My thing is the transition. When you broke, you look, because I know people who are broke, but these motherfuckers still gonna be dressed to the nines. I know niggas like that. Like, their money may be funny, but their attire is always gonna be at a certain level. Now, if that person gets money and starts dressing more like that, then okay, all right. But you can't be dressing like you the manager for Farouk and the Nation of Domination, WWF Wrestling, circa 1997. You can't be dressing like that, and then the minute you get some money, nigga, you down to some fashion forward diva. That's right there where I said the ungrounded. Now, if he started wearing a higher quality Macho Man Randy Savage outfit, because he's dressed like Macho Man, but he's dressed like nigga man, like the Negro Macho Man. If the nigga started being a better dressed Macho Man when he got the money, then I'd have been like, okay, makes sense. But you can't go from dressing like Nation of Domination to dressing like, a fake ass Lex Luger. That right there is where I drew my concern. Yeah, this nigga. Oh yeah, Young Pharaoh. I never got into Young Pharaoh. I had a certain I had a certain reservation about Young Pharaoh from the jump. Out of all of the younger cats that's out there right now, you know, personally, I haven't seen any corny shit from RZA Islam. I haven't seen RZA do any corny shit. But the rest of them niggas, I watch out for. Another thing I generally watch out for people who wear costumes in general. Costume wearing niggas is funny to me. Like nigga, you always dressed in these garments. Yeah, I heard RZA got an upcoming court date with some kind of. Oh, I look at that two ways. Usually, when black people are doing something, cases will be filed on them. You can almost guarantee that. You can't throw a black person out just because they got a case filed on them. You got to look at the details of the case and see if those cases can be proven true in court. Just because they slap a case on them don't mean it's true. Yeah, I like Urban X. I haven't seen Urban X in a while, but I like Urban X. I like Urban X. But just because a black person got a case slapped on them, that don't mean nothing. It's almost like the more effective work a brother's doing, the more likely it is that they get a case slapped on them. So you gotta sit back and watch. It's more like hit the like button. You gotta sit back and watch. What is y'all talking about? This nigga said dressing like African men about a clinic rock background dancer. You niggas is funny. You niggas is funny as hell. Yeah, but I watch out for him. Yeah, Urban X, that's a good show. Malcolm and Black Dot. Black Dot always has really good information. There you go. How you doing today? Yeah, of course. I'm in LA. The skies are always beautiful out here. We're in the springtime now, buddy. It's gonna be straight up sunshine until early November. LA is every day is sunshine until about mid-November. We might get some rain mid-November. From here on out, it's nothing but sunshine in LA, baby. Hell yeah, us 80s borns are starting to gray a lot. Look how much we've been through. We went through the 1989, if you're 80s baby, early, especially early 80s baby like me, all of us were affected either directly or indirectly. You had the 1989 savings and loan meltdown and the economic crash. You had the 1991 economic crash and Iraq war, and if you're from LA, the 92 riots. We went through 9/11 when we were teenagers or early 20s, and we went through goddamn Bush. I don't fuck nobody say Bush was the worst president ever. We went through Bush. We went through Obama's hopes and dreams. Nigga, we done went through the 2008 economic crash, stock market crash, housing market crash. Nigga, we done been through Trump. Now we dealing with goddamn people of color and black erasure. We done been through a whole lot of shit by the time we reach 40. I got more grays in my beard than my dad. My dad still got red hair. Y'all saw him in the episode of Craig Facts. And this whole time, while we've been dealing with all this shit, we've been hearing all the old people talk about, well, these millennials don't know nothing. These millennials don't do this. These millennials are lazy. Oh, the millennials this. The millennial. Oh, you right. The 2000 blackouts, T. Clay. Yep. I've been through all that shit. And all the old people and the baby boomers who received all them rights from their parents just telling us, oh, we millennials this, we millennials that. Fuck out of here. Yeah, we grew up under Reagan. Shit, when I got to the age where I could buy a house, my first house was $680,000. And this was 2004 for LA. See, I'm hearing you niggas around the rest of the country, y'all complaining about $400,000 houses. $400,000 houses If the house was $400,000 in LA, I'd have two. Get the fuck out of here. Complaining about. I be listening to this shit. I'm listening. People complain, oh, house over here, $350,000 now. I'm like, man, that mortgage is cheaper than my rent. Fuck out of here. What you complaining for? You better buy that house. If the houses in your city are 400 grand, nigga, buy two. Don't complain to nobody from LA about that shit. Houses off Crenshaw in Hyde Park, where Nipsey, in 60s Hood, the cheapest house is 60s Hood, right? And the 60s is still running that hood, by the way. $1.2 million. That's the cheapest house for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house built in the 1930s, 1940s. And it's probably only about 1,200 square feet, 1,100 square feet. $1.2 million. That's what you're going to spend and live off Crenshaw and 63rd right now. So when I hear people complaining about a $400,000 house, I'm like, fuck out my face. You better buy that fucking house. And please. Oh, you all from San Jose? Oh, you could have had a house of 550 in San Jose? Ooh, yeah. Well, how much is that house worth now? About $2 million? Hmm. What's up, Denzel Shabazz? Yeah, but I ain't leaving LA. People say you should leave LA. It's too expensive. Look at this. Leave that? No. No. Not. Love this fucking city, man. All the black people are leaving, but that's all right. All the concerts come here, nigga. And I live in California. When I was single with my wife, I didn't spend that much money like that. I remember one day I was dead broke too. So I was like, we're gonna have a fun day. I woke her up, this when we was dating. I woke her up at 7 in the morning. We went to Lake Arrowhead. It's about two hours east. It was snow. It's January. But it was one of those warm January days in LA. But it was still snow in the mountains because it was a storm like the week before. So it was good snow up in the mountains. We got to Lake Arrowhead about 9 in the morning, had breakfast. We hung out in the snow till about 12, 1, about 12, 12:30 we left. Then we went from Lake Arrowhead to Malibu. Malibu is about 3 hours from Lake Arrowhead. Because Malibu is about 45 minutes north on PCH. Nigga, we got to Malibu about 3, and it was still warm. Like, it was like, I remember that day, it was like 82 on the beach. And we in January. It was like 82 degrees on the beach. And we went from the snow in Lake Arrowhead to the beach in Malibu all on the same day. And we sat in Malibu until the sunset at about 6:30 because it was getting its winter time. And drove home. That's the kind of shit you could do in LA. So yeah, expensive. It's an expensive ass cost of living, but you can do so much here and not pull out your wallet at all. Especially if you're into the simple things in life, like nature and shit like that. You said you moving to Texas? I mean, I love Texas too. I love Dallas. Like, I would love to get a second home in Dallas. I would love to get a second home in Dallas. But I ain't leaving LA. When I say second home, that's somewhere I could disappear to I would hang out in Dallas like in the spring. Around Dallas do St. Patrick's Day big. I would hang out in Dallas like in the spring and maybe the fall. LA, this is home, nigga. Mark said, I ain't from here. I ain't leaving here. Right. Any advice on getting back with the next? Is it worth it? You got to ask yourself that, Todd. Is it worth it? Like, usually I say no, but it depends on the situation. Because sometimes the person that you're supposed to be with permanently, y'all gonna go through a few breakups. Now it depends on how long that breakup has been and why y'all broke up. You always gotta remember why you broke up. I'll always come back to you. Ask yourself why y'all broke up. And then when you with her, if what you broke up for is too much to handle, then no, move on. If the reason you broke up is too much for you to handle, move on. If it ain't too much for you to handle, then if you got over it, then see what it's like. My general answer is no, but like I said, a lot of times your forever relationships they go through breakups. It'd be a lot of makeup. Me and my wife was makeup to breakup for like 3 years, for like 5 years. She was not easy at all. And she was makeup to break up. I know plenty of people who got married, who've broken up, who before they got married, they broke up with the person. But the answer is to find out why you broke up and address that and fix it. If you can fix it, then that might be worth it. If it's one of the things you can't fix or is just too much for you to handle, leave. Stylistics, yeah. Man, I wish we had houses that make like 350, 400 grand, nigga. And then when the housing bubble collapsed around like 2011, 2012, then you could get houses in the hood for like 350, 400. But 2011, 2012, nigga, my finances was fucked. I was just coming off that bankruptcy, had a sorry ass job that wasn't paying nothing, so I couldn't take advantage. It was the only time in my life I had bad credit. It was the only time in my life I had bad credit. Then when I got back on my feet, 2016, houses are back up to like 900,000. Damn, I missed it. That's true, Quan. It's very true. Do I think? Yeah. Miles Davis and Jimi Hendrix did create new genres. Bitches Brew was Jimi Hendrix's influence on Miles Davis. Bitches Brew was Jimi Hendrix, James Brown, Sly and the Family Stone, all three of their influences on Miles Davis. That was Miles Davis's interpretation of Jimi Hendrix, Sly and the Family Stone, and James Brown. Hmm. And that's where getting back with your ex can be deceptive because breakup sex is the best. That's where you run into trouble when you get back with an ex. You'll have that. You get a couple of grudge fucks in, and then your mind will go right. You're gonna trick your mind into going right back into everything that was good about that previous relationship. You will be on high because you're gonna get back with everything that was right about that relationship. You don't remember shit that was. You don't remember the reason why you broke up when you're going through that grudge fucking stage. Just make sure when you come out of that fantasy land, you address why you broke up. That's the key. This nigga Larry said, I want to hear our Michelet sound when she gets drilled. Something you should know. Or does she sound like that mouse when she's talking? I think she sings. Yeah. You see that Kodak Kendrick song been growing on you? Yeah. Listen to my breakdown of that Kendrick new album. He said she moaned like a bad break. Y'all niggas is funny. Yeah, but I'm done right now. Catch Craig Fast later on. I might do a late night Q&A tonight around like 11, 12, midnight, 10 o'clock. I might, depending on how I feel. If y'all down, I'm down. You did. He said she'll probably turn into a demon. Yeah, catch Craig Facts. Watch buy my t-shirts. Relationship consultations, breakthroughas.org. Hip hop is already morphed into a different genre. It's called hip hop. Drake is hip hop. That's different than the hip hop that we all know. Drake, Cardi B, that's pop. Hip hop. That's where it is right now on the radio. That pop shit. We can talk about that later on my Q&A. I'm out of here.